This is Blue Roads. Welcome to Narcissistic Moments. Narcissistic Moments with Blue Roads. Well, you know, I stay up late at night and I can't sleep. When I finally do get to sleep, you know what? The phone rings and it scares me. It's like 6:30 in the morning. I jump up and I answer it, and oh my God, I think it's a storm coming, because I think it's a warning. And you know, it's like and I'm thinking that it's a tornado coming or something. I'm scared to death. And I jump up and I focus my eyes and I look real good. And thank God I'm so relieved when I see it's just an Amber Alert. Someone's child's just been abducted. Thank God, and I go back to sleep. Yeah, narcissistic moments with Blue Roads. Narcissistic moments. I'll move the credit card. Come on now. I can't see, and that's making it hard to play the guitar. I can't see what I'm doing here. Narcissistic moments with Blue Roads. Hey, it's Blue Roads coming at you. You know, I stay up late at night. I can't sleep. And I get to bed about 6 in the morning. And right when I get to sleep, the phone starts buzzing. I jump up out of the bed and I grab the damn thing and I look at it, and I can't see because my eyes are out of focus from being up all night, you know. And then I think it's a tornado coming. It must be one of them weather warnings. And I'm scared to death. And I jump up and I try to focus my eyes and I look in on it real good. And then I'm so relieved when I see it's just an Amber Alert and somebody's child has been abducted. And I roll over and I go fast asleep. Narcissistic moments with Blue Roads. What is that buzzing? I shouldn't have any buzzing. I guess something out there is plugged in causing this. I need to unplug everything. Nope. Nothing to do with any of it. Must be the guitar burning. Buzzing. Narcissistic moments with Blue Roads. Hey, you bastards. You know I stay up all night and I can't sleep. And I get to bed about around daylight. And then the phone goes to squawking and waking me up. And I'm, what the hell? And it sounds like a weather warning. And I'm scared to death. And I try to focus my eyes and read. And then I thank the Lord. It's just an Amber Alert. And it's just someone's child's been abducted. And I thank God. And I roll over and go back to sleep. And it's just a narcissistic moment with Blue Roads. Narcissistic moments with Blue Rose. Hey, Mr. Blue Rose coming at you. Y'all know I stay up late, and I go to bed about daybreak. And then right when I got to sleep this morning, the alarm started warning. I thought it was a tornado coming, and I tried to focus my eyes to see what the phone said for me, and I was scared to death for my life, because I've been in a tornado before and I don't ever want to do it again. And God, I was so relieved when I saw it was just an Amber Alert. It's just someone's child had been abducted, and I thank God, and I went back to sleep. Just another narcissistic moment with Blue Rose. Yeah. You know, this is Blue Rose. I woke up this morning, the alarm was going off real bad. Narcissistic moments with Blue Rose. Well, y'all know I stay up late at night. I can hardly get to sleep. I just got my eyes closed and was in a deep sleep. And the phone started squealing and scaring the hell out of me. I jumped up and about hit the ceiling. I tried to focus my eyes and look and see what in the world was going on. I thought a tornado was coming. And then I thanked the Lord. I was so relieved when I read what it said. It was just an Amber Alert, and someone's kid had been abducted. And I thank the Lord for my narcissistic moment. Ah, 10-4, baby. Narcissistic. 2, 3, 4. Narcissistic moments with Blue Rose. We all know at night I can't sleep. I stay up till about daybreak. And then when I go to sleep, it's hard for me to wake. But the phone went off this morning with a big old warning. It scared me out of my bed. Well, I jumped up and almost hit my head, and I was scared to death because I thought a tornado was coming again, and I didn't want to go through that again, my friend. You know, but I was so relieved when I saw it was just an Amber Alert. Someone's child had been abducted. It's a narcissistic moment. Yeah, I went back to sleep. 2, 3, 4. Welcome to Narcissistic Moments with Blue Rose. Well, you know, I stay up pretty late. It's hard for me to get to sleep. And when I finally do, it's really a deep sleep. But this morning, the phone went to warning. I thought a tornado was coming. So I focused my eyes and I tried to see what it was telling me. And then I thanked God up above for what I saw. It was just an Amber Alert, that's all. Someone's child had been abducted. And I thanked the Lord, and I rolled over, and I went back to sleep. What the hell? This fucking D minor 7. What's wrong with me? Get it over with, man. Narcissistic moments with blue roads. Well, you know, at night, people, it's very hard for me to sleep. And then when I finally do go to sleep, it's deep. But this morning the phone went to warning, making all kinds of noise, scaring me. And I jumped up out of bed and I grabbed the phone, but I couldn't hardly see. But then when I got focused, my God, I was so relieved. 'Cause I thought it was another big bad storm coming after me. But it was just an Amber Alert. Some kid had been abducted, and I went back to sleep. Narcissistic moments. 10-4. Narcissistic moments with blue roads. Well, I stay up late. It's hard to sleep. And just when I got into a deep sleep, I heard a loud beep, and the phone started warning, and I thought a tornado was coming. I jumped up out of bed and I couldn't hardly see. I grabbed the phone and I looked inside, and my God, I was so relieved that it wasn't a storm coming. It was just an Amber Alert, and somebody's child had been abducted. And I rolled over and went back to sleep. Narcissistic moments with blue roads. Narcissistic moments with blue roads. Well, y'all know sometimes I can't hardly go to sleep, but when I finally do, man, do I sleep deep. But then the phone starts a warning. I think a thunderstorm's coming, and I'm scared to death. Yes, I'm terrified. Well, I jump up. You know what? I can hardly see. And then when my eyes focus, Lord, I'm so relieved. It's just an Amber Alert, and some kid has been abducted. And I go back to sleep. Narcissistic moments. Narcissistic moments with Blue Rose. We all know sometimes it's hard for me to fall asleep, but when I go to sleep, man, I sleep deep. When the phone starts a warning, I think a tornado must be coming, and I jump up and can hardly see. You know what? I got my phone right in front of me, and when I can finally see, and my God, I'm so relieved, because what I see is just an Amber Alert. Some kid's been abducted. Fuck! This is just a narcissistic moment. I'm gonna tell you like it is. You know I don't really care what you think of me and my narcissicity. Come along with me. Well, you know I went to sleep last night, I was in a deep, good dream. And then all of a sudden the phone went screaming at me, and I jumped up out of bed. You know, I can't even see. I think it's a weather warning, must be a tornado coming, and I'm about to start running. And then I finally get my eyes focused to where I can see, and I'm so relieved that the Lord has spared me. And all it is an Amber Alert. Some kid's been abducted, and I'm going back to sleep. Narcissistic morning, yeah, I'm going back to sleep. Narcissistic morning. Narcissistic moments with Blue. Narcissistic moments brought to you by Blue Rose. Narcissistic moments brought to y'all by Blue Rose. Narcissistic moments with Blue Rose. You know, last night I went to sleep, and I was woke up by an alarm on the telephone. I thought a tornado must be coming, and I was scared to death. I could hardly see, but when I focused my eyes, I was so relieved. It was just an Amber Alert. Some kid had been abducted. I went back to sleep. Narcissistic moments with Blue Rose. know, at night it's hard for me to sleep. And when I finally get to sleep, it's real deep. But the phone started warning. I thought a tornado must be coming. I jumped up, I could hardly see. I finally got my eyes to work, and I looked at the phone, and I was so relieved at what I saw. It was just an Amber Alert. Someone's child had been abducted, and I went back to sleep. Yeah. Narcissistic moments, yeah. Change my lighting. First you gotta take your headphones off. Rip some hair out. Oh. And the heater's rotting. What the fuck, man? Something's wrong. Quarters are running. Back to sleep. Fuck, that's even worse, isn't it? It really is, actually. I hate these fucking stupid things. Who would make anything like that? Stupid shit like that. Worse than that, who would buy it? Who would buy stupid shit like that? Narcissistic moments with Blue Rose. Welcome, everybody. Y'all know sometimes at night I can't hardly fall asleep. Then when I do get there, man, it's deep. Last thing I need is the telephone bothering me. Oh, this is way worse lighting. Way worse. I mean, it's just worse. Just turn that off. Gotta take these earphones back off. Every time you do that, you rip hair out of your head. Just turn this off. You don't need it. It's too much. Can't say nothing. Nothing. You got to go through this every single time you put them on, making them go down. Maybe I can tape them up to where none of this is any good. Narcissistic moments with Blue Rose. Y'all know sometimes it's hard for me to fall asleep. And Then when I get there, man, I sleep deep. And then the phone went to warning. I thought a tornado must be coming. And I jumped up to see, scared the heck out of me. And when I picked up the phone and focused my eyes, people, I was so relieved. Because it was just an Amber Alert, and some kid had been abducted. And I rolled over, and I went back to sleep. Another narcissistic moment with Blue Rose. Man, if I don't blow it every time, don't I? Seems like I do, I just keep blowing it. I just keep blowing it, people. Narcissistic moment. Narcissistic moments with Blue Rose. Y'all know, people, sometimes at night it's hard for me to sleep. And then when I do get to sleep, man, it's deep. But then the phone started warning. I thought a tornado must be coming. And I jumped up to see. And I focused my eyes, and I was so relieved when I could see a tornado wasn't coming after me. It was just an Amber Alert. Someone's child had been stolen at work. And I went back to sleep. Just another narcissistic moment with Blue Rose. Well, I gotta tell you, people, sometimes I just can't sleep. And when I do get to sleep, man, it's really deep. And I hate to get woke up by the phone, but the damn thing went to buzzing and beeping, and I jumped up with my dick on the phone, and man, I was scared. I felt like a tornado must be coming on, because it was buzzing and beeping, and I couldn't see. When I finally focused my eyes, man, I was so relieved. When I knew it wasn't a tornado coming after me, it was just an Amber Alert. Someone's child was hurt, and I went back to sleep. Narcissistic moment. Narcissistic moments with Blue Rose. We all know I woke up this morning, the phone went off, scared the hell out of me. It was buzzing and beeping and screaming, and I couldn't see. When I finally got my eyes focused, I was sure it was a tornado coming. A weather warning just scared the hell out of me. And then when I could finally see, and I was so relieved, it was just an Amber Alert, and someone's child had been abducted, and I went back to sleep. Narcissistic moments with Blue Rose. Yeah. It's too dark. It's just too dark. It's just too dark. Turn it. The glasses rip your hair out. The headphones rip your hair out. The fucking heat, man, just keeps running in the background. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Blue Roads coming at you with Narcissistic Moments. Yeah, you know, sometimes it's hard for me to sleep, but when I do go to sleep, man, it's deep. And this morning the phone went to screaming and warning me. I thought a tornado must be coming, you see. And I jumped up, but I couldn't hardly see. But then I was so relieved when I saw that it wasn't a storm. It was just a Amber Alert. Somebody's kid was gone. And I rolled over and I went back to sleep. A narcissistic moment. 10-4. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Narcissistic Moments with Blue Rose. You know, at night, it's hard for me to sleep. But then when I do, man, I really get deep. But then the phone started warning. I thought a tornado must be coming. And I jumped up, but I couldn't see. But then when I got my eyes all focused, I thanked God, and I was so relieved. You see, it was just an Amber Alert, and someone's child was abducted. And I rolled over and went back to sleep. A narcissistic moment. A narcissistic moment, people. Good evening. Welcome to Narcissistic Moments with Blue Rose. Oh, you know, people, sometimes I can't hardly go to sleep. And then when I do get to sleep, man, I sleep dead. But then the phone started warning. I thought a tornado must be coming. And I jumped up to see. And when my eyes got all focused, I was so relieved when it was just an Amber Alert and someone's kid had been abducted off the street. I rolled over and went back to sleep. Narcissistic moments with Blue Road, yeah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show, Narcissistic Moments. Well, you know, sometimes it's hard for me to go to sleep, but when I finally get there, you know, I sleep very deep. But then the telephone started warning me. I thought a tornado must be coming, you see. And I jumped up, but I couldn't see. I couldn't see anything in front of me. But then I finally got my eyes focused, and I was so relieved when I saw it wasn't a storm coming after me. No, it was just an Amber Alert. Someone's child must have got hurt, and I went back to sleep. Narcissistic moments, yeah. Narcissistic moments. You know, people, sometimes at night it's hard for me to get to sleep. And when I do, man, well, I sleep deep. But then the phone started warning. It looked like a tornado must be coming. And I jumped up to see. And when my eyes focused, I was so relieved when I found out it wasn't a big storm coming after me. It was just an Amber Alert. Somebody's kid must have been hurt. And I went back to sleep. Narcissistic moments. 10-4. Two, three, four. Narcissistic moments. You know, sometimes at night, people, I can hardly sleep. But when I finally get there, I sleep deep. But then the phone started warning. I thought a tornado must be coming. And I jumped up to see what the telephone was trying to tell me, but I couldn't see. When I finally got my eyes cleared, I was so relieved when I knew a big storm wasn't coming after me. It was an Amber Alert. Somebody's kid must have been hurt. So I went back to sleep. Narcissistic moments, yeah. That's what's making the noise. I think so. How do you stop that? Narcissistic moments. We all have them. You know, sometimes people, I play hell going to sleep. But when I finally get there, man, y'all know I get to sleep deep. But then the telephone started warning. It sounded like a tornado might be coming. And I jumped up to see what the telephone was trying to tell me. And when my eyes finally focused, I was so relieved just to see it wasn't another tornado coming after me. It was just an Amber Alert. Somebody's kid might have got hurt. So I went back to sleep. Narcissistic moments, yeah. Narcissistic moments. We all have them, people. You know, at night, I can barely sleep. So when I do get to sleep, I sleep deep. But the telephone started warning. Sound like a tornado must be coming. And I jumped up to see what the cellular phone was trying to tell me. And when my eyes cleared up, I thank God I was so relieved. It wasn't a storm coming after me. And what I could see, it was just an Amber Alert. Somebody's kid might have got hurt. So I went back to sleep. Narcissistic moments, yeah. Narcissistic moments, we all have them. Y'all know sometimes at night it's hard for me to get to sleep. But when I do get there, man, I sleep deep. But the phone started warning. Sound like a tornado must be coming. So I jumped up to see what the cellular phone was trying to warn me. And then when my eyes cleared, and I could finally see, I thank God. You know why? I was so relieved. It was just an Amber Alert. Probably somebody's kid got hurt. And I went back to sleep. Narcissistic moments, yeah. Narcissistic moments, we all have them. You know, sometimes at night it's hard for me to get to sleep. And when I do finally get to sleep, I sleep deep. But the phone started warning, sound like a tornado might be coming. And I jumped up to see what the cellular phone was trying to warn me. And when my eyes focused, I thank God I was so relieved when I could finally see it wasn't a storm coming for me. It was just an Amber Alert. Someone's child might have got hurt. So I went back to sleep. Another narcissistic moment. Yeah. Narcissistic moments. You know, we all have them. Sometimes it's hard for me to go to sleep. And when I finally do, I sleep deep. And then the phone started warning, sound like a bad storm or tornado might be coming. So I jumped up to see what the cellular phone was trying to warn me. But then when I focused my eyes, I thank God, people, because I was so relieved that a storm wasn't coming after me. It was just an Amber Alert. Someone's child might have got hurt. So I went back to sleep. Narcissistic moments, yeah. 10-4. Narcissistic moments. We all have them. You know, sometimes people, it's hard for me to get to sleep. So I took a pill and then I sleep real deep. And then the phone started warning, sound like a hurricane or tornado might be coming. And I jumped up to see what the cellular phone was trying to warn me. And then I focused my eyes, and I thank the Lord I was so relieved. It wasn't a storm or a hurricane or tornado coming after me. It was just an Amber Alert. Someone's child could be hurt. So I went back to sleep. Narcissistic moments, yeah. What's another episode of Narcissistic Moments with Blue Rose? We know, folks, sometimes it's hard for old Blue Rose to fall asleep. So he pops a couple pills and then he gets to sleep real deep. But then the goddamn phone starts to warning. You think a tornado or hurricane's coming. So I jumped up to see, you know what was scaring the heck out of me. And then when I got my eyes focused, I thank God, 'cause I was so relieved to see it wasn't a tornado or a hurricane or thunderstorm coming after me. It was just an Amber Alert. Someone's child might have got hurt. So I just went back to sleep. think it's another narcissistic moment. Yeah. Good evening, folks. Welcome to Narcissistic Moments with Blue Roads. Well, you know, folks, sometimes at night it's hard for me to fall asleep. So I pop a pill or two and then I sleep deep. And then the dang phone started warning, like a hurricane or tornado must be coming. And I jumped up to see what the cellular phone was trying to warn me. And then I got my eyes focused, and I was so relieved. I thank God it wasn't a tornado or hurricane or thunderstorm coming at me. It was just an Amber Alert. Someone's child could be hurt. So I went back to sleep. Narcissistic moments, yeah. 10-4. Narcissistic moments with Blue Roads. You know, we all have them, people. Just last night, I had trouble falling asleep. So I popped a couple of pills, and then I slept deep. But then the telephone started warning, sound like a hurricane, a tornado must be coming. So I jumped up to see what the hell the cellular phone was trying to warn me. Then I focused my eyes, and I was so relieved. There was no tornado or hurricane or lightning storm coming at me. It was just an Amber Alert. Someone's child could be hurt. So I just went back to sleep. Narcissistic moments, yeah. Narcissistic moments. Yeah, people, we all have them. You know, just last night I had trouble falling asleep. So I popped a couple of pills and I slept pretty deep. But then the telephone started warning, sound like a hurricane, a tornado must be. God, oh damn. Narcissistic moments. You know, people, sometimes it's hard for Blue Roads to fall asleep. So he pops a couple pills and then he sleeps deep. Then the telephone started warning, sound like a hurricane or tornado must be coming. So I jumped up to see what the hell the phone was trying to warn me. And when I focused my eyes, I thanked the Lord, 'cause I was so relieved. There was no hurricane or tornado or thunderstorm coming at me. It was just an Amber Alert. Someone's child might be hurt. So I went back to sleep. Sweet dreams, narcissistic moments, yeah. Narcissistic moments, oh yeah, we all have them. You know, last night I was having trouble falling asleep, so I popped a couple of pills and then I slept deep. But then the telephone started warning, sound like a hurricane, a tornado must be coming. So I jumped up to see what the cellular phone was trying to warn me. And then I focused my eyes and I thanked the Lord, 'cause I was so relieved to see there wasn't no hurricane or tornado or thunderstorm coming at me. It was just an Amber Alert, someone's child might be hurt. So I went back to sleep. Sweet dreams, narcissistic moments, yeah. Narcissistic moments, we all have them, people. But just last night, I was having trouble falling asleep, so I popped a couple pills, and then I went to sleep real deep. And then all of a sudden the cell phone started warning, sound like a hurricane, a tornado might be coming. So I jumped up to see what in the Sam hell the phone was trying to warn me. And when I focused my eyes, I thanked the Lord, 'cause there wasn't no storms coming after me. It was just an Amber Alert, someone's child could be hurt. So I went back to sleep and had sweet dreams of narcissistic moments, yeah. Narcissistic moments with blue rose. We all have them, people. But just last night, I was having trouble falling asleep, so I popped a couple pills and I went to sleep real deep. But then the phone started warning, sound like a hurricane, a tornado might be coming. So I jumped up to see what the cellular phone was trying to warn me. And when I focused my eyes, Lord, I was so relieved to see there wasn't a tornado or a hurricane or a thunderstorm coming at me. It was just an Amber Alert, someone's child might be hurt. So I went back to sleep and had some sweet dreams, narcissistic moments, yeah. Narcissistic moments, we all have them, I think. Well, just last night, folks, I was having trouble falling asleep, so I popped a couple sleeping pills and then I slept deep. And And then the phone started warning, sound like a tornado, a hurricane might be coming. So I jumped up to see what my cellular phone was trying to warn me. And when I focused my eyes, I thanked the Lord, 'cause I was so relieved. There wasn't no hurricane or tornado or thunderstorm coming at me. It was just an Amber Alert. Someone's child could be hurt. So I went back to sleep and dreamed sweet dreams of me. Narcissistic moments, yeah. Narcissistic moments, we all have them sometimes. Well, just last night, folks, I was having trouble going to sleep. So I popped a couple pills, and then I went to sleep real deep. And then the phone started warning, sound like a tornado, a hurricane might be coming. So I jumped up to see what the cellular phone was trying to warn me. And when I focused my eyes, God, I was so relieved. There wasn't no hurricane or tornado or thunderstorm coming at me. It was just an Amber Alert. Someone's child might be hurt. So I went back to sleep, all happy and relieved. Narcissistic moments, yeah. Narcissistic moments with blue rose. We all have them, people. You know what, just last night I was having trouble falling asleep. So I popped a couple pills, and then I went in a deep sleep. And then the phone started warning, sound like a hurricane, a tornado might be coming. So I jumped up to see what the hell the cell phone was trying to warn me. And when my eyes cleared, people, I thank God, 'cause I was so relieved. There was no hurricane or tornado or thunderstorm coming at me. It was just an Amber Alert. Someone's kid might be hurt. So I went back to sleep and had sweet dreams of you and me. Narcissistic moments, yeah. Narcissistic moments, we all have them, people. Well, just last night I was having trouble falling asleep. So I popped a couple pills, and then I fell asleep real deep. And all of a sudden the phone started warning, sound like a hurricane or a tornado might be coming. So I jumped up to see what the phone was trying to tell me. And when I focused my eyes, Lord, I was so relieved to find out there wasn't a tornado or hurricane or thunderstorm coming at me. It was just an Amber Alert. Someone's kid must be hurt. So I went back to sleep and had sweet dreams of you and me. Narcissistic moments, yeah. I'm running out of time, people. Narcissistic moments, oh yeah, we all have them sometimes, people. But just last night, I was having trouble falling off to sleep. So I popped a couple pills and they put me in a real deep sleep. And then the phone started warning, sounded like a hurricane, a tornado might be coming. So I jumped up to see what the cellular phone was trying to warn me. And when I focused my eyes, thank God, I was so relieved. There was no thunderstorm or hurricane or lightning coming at me. You know what? It was just an Amber Alert. Somebody's child might be hurt. So I went back to sleep and had sweet dreams about you and me. Narcissistic moments, yeah. Well, I done gone that far? No way. Narcissistic moments, we all have them sometimes, I think. Like just last night, I was having trouble falling asleep. So I jumped up and popped a couple pills, and then I fell into a deep sleep. And then the phone started warning, sound like a hurricane, a tornado might be coming. So I jumped up to see what the hell the cellular phone was trying to warn me. And then when I focused my eyes, I thank God, 'cause I was so relieved. 'Cause there was no thunderstorm or hurricane or tornado coming at me. It was just an Amber Alert. Maybe somebody's kid got hurt. So I went back to sleep and had sweet dreams about you and me. Narcissistic moments.